Hey everyone, and welcome back to This Side of the Woods. My name's Rob, and today is a big day, at least for me. I've been waiting for about 3 years now to get this work done here. I have a guy coming in to do some forestry mulching and cut some trails through the forest. We are sitting on about 17 acres worth of forest here in central Ontario. At least my side, it is so dense that I haven't been able to get in there. So for the last 3 years, I haven't explored any part of this forest. There's a little bit that I can get through that there was a trail made. But other than that, I haven't even seen an eighth of what we have back here. It is so dense and thick with overgrowth, saplings, brush, grass that you just can't make it through. So I'm hoping today will be the day that we actually get to explore it. I did some test holes yesterday because here in central Ontario, we've had some terrible weather this week, at least for wanting it to be cold and the ground to be frozen. And with that, it's been 4 degrees, freezing rain, and a little bit of heavy wet snow. So we're already sitting on about 2 feet to 3 feet throughout the forest here. And I don't know how well the forestry mulcher is going to be able to handle that, plus the wetland. But time will tell. This is what I mean though with how dense it is. It looks like you can see pretty far, at least on camera, but right now with no foliage and everything half bent over because of the weight of the snow, you can kind of see. But this is what we're battling today, is this slop. There's certain areas throughout the forest where it's wet, and that is not ideal when you're trying to get through with a skid steer and forestry mulch. It does seem to be hard. I'll come another 8 feet and I'll get on to hard pack, but you can see here it is quite a bit of snow to get through, so we'll see what happens. I see him just pulling up with his truck now. I'm going to head up towards the drive, help him unload, talk to him about a few things and a couple concerns I have with those wet areas, and we'll get to it. Hopefully we get a couple good shots of him running that machine. Let's see what the final product looks like. Okay, we're about an hour in so far, and of course everything's going to be slower because of the snow. But just to give you an idea, this is what I was looking at coming down the main trail. A little bit wider now, but everywhere else, that's what you were looking at. Now, put it in perspective, this is what we have so far. And this for me is a game changer. Being able to get the tractor down here and the other machines, harvest some of this dead ash. It's everywhere I go. I just have dead ash trees here. They're breaking, they're falling, they're causing a ton of problems for me. And it makes good firewood. With him turning and driving on it, it's basically turning this into like a concrete. I can get through here, we can walk through here as a family, and actually start enjoying the forest. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. It was too late and too dark by the time we finished up everything. I couldn't get through and actually see what everything finally looked like at the end. And I am over the moon with how well this turned out. It definitely went longer than he anticipated, and I really appreciate that. He put in the extra effort because he knew how bad I wanted this done. And I can't be happier with Ben over at Precision Stump Grinding. From the first transaction to the final product here, it's been nothing but simple. Transparency through communications, setting everything up, setting up dates, coming when he said he was going to come. It seems like it's far and few between to actually get people to show up when you want them to nowadays. And there was no hiccups with him. It was a fantastic interaction. When we did a first couple test runs here, through a couple flat spots I knew would be okay, we noticed that the machine was just going to float on about a foot of snow. There's no way around that. Once it started hard packing, his hands were tied on how deep he can go. The reason he's here right now in the middle of winter, cutting through 2-3 feet of snow, is because a lot of the deeper side of the forest is wet. But the next time he comes back, it's going to be 10 times faster because he's only going to be grinding stuff maybe 6 inches to a foot in height. And this way, at least I can see how the ground lays. We can see how well stuff dries up, and I can actually get in there. So I don't mind having him come back out a second time. It was a good day, a good outcome. Everything went right, which is usually not the case for a lot of things. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like once the actual summer breaks and all this melts out. I really appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, I would love for you to subscribe. Till next time, thank you for coming to this side of the woods.